I'm Lisa,
And I'm Jenny.
and we're the
Shady Trees.
Stitches coming to you via Zoom link, as always, for our end of month catch up, which happens mid month ish.
Yeah. Well, we're a little bit late this time because Lisa went on a cruise.
I did, and you will have seen that in the last video. For anyone who's just joining in, this is a Flosstube about cross stitch. So if you like to hear about cross stitch, then please do stick around and join us. Grab your stitching, grab a cuppa. And if you like what you see, please do press the like button and subscribe. All right, Miss Jenny, we'll start with you.
Okay, hang on. So
Ha.
I'm sitting on the floor. So just to rearrange, sitting on the floor, you're sitting on the computer chair because the desk is right there.
Oh, there we are.
Um,
Yes,
just
I
needed
can
to
swivel.
rearrange myself so I was comfy.
Fair
Okay.
enough. All right, Miss Jenny, what have you got any finishes?
No.
Well, I'm afraid I do. I finished Macintosh Mill by Dimensions by Charles Wasocki. It's my own interpretation of a finish. I didn't do all the backstitch that was charted because it was designed in the 90s and it didn't need, I didn't feel everything that was charted as backstitch. So you laughing at me on that. I can see you laughing through the fabric, Jenny.
Yes.
So I'm very excited. That's a huge finish for me. It's a full coverage finish. It's a whip go finish. And yeah, and it's an Ada finish done on the Kit Ada. So I'm very excited. I know I promised the chart to someone and I don't remember who. So I'm publicly saying that and hoping I don't get 10 people saying it was me. But if it was actually you, please let me know.
Okay.
Okay, what about whips?
Well, I think we mentioned it last time. I had to do lots of stitching this month sorry, when I'm saying this month, in April, so that I wouldn't get booted out of Whip Warriors because I kept forgetting to post in categories. So yes, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 days of stitching.
Wow, Jenny, that's amazing. That is so good.
Some days it wasn't much. There was one day it was only 29 stitches, but uh, and that was everything from one of my biggest pieces to one of my smallest. So and a new start thrown in there just cause.
Just because
Okay.
you could.
So first off, oops, I did some more on my bauble tablecloth.
Yep.
So I have done this blue one. So there's
Oh,
now that
yes, look
many.
at that.
So yes, so did most of one more blue. Oh, hang on, I need to, where did I put my phone? My book only has the daily stitch counts, not the overall. So let me just bring that one up. So that was 152 stitches, which isn't much. That's because I haven't back stitched it yet. I've only done the cross stitch on that one. I haven't done the back stitch or the little black topper thingy. What's it?
Mm, yep.
Um, Same. The green one there. One of these days when I need just little bits. So that blue one that's got the back stitch. But yeah, so I've got a few that I haven't finished the bauble. But anyway, it was still enough to be, you know, another visibly more stitching. Okay. I'm gonna have
That's
to put these
impressive.
away as I go because I've got so many. Um, so I use that one for categories for so categories was O and T, so that was I think leisure and tablecloth. Okay. Next biggest. Might as well go in order. Was my castle sampler. Sue will be pleased. I've been working on this. So I promised to chat to her when I finish. So that's the Theresa Wentzler castle.
Yep.
This one was thrown and I can't remember what the other thing was. It was something else. Um, so I did, I think I'd only had the outline box up here. So I've done the rest of those boxes. I've done some more up to the corner and down, and I've just noticed a dirty mark on that.
Oh dear.
This is my oldest whip.
Well, it's
Um,
going to have age spots, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I did some more border because that's easy stitching. So that was another 376
Way
stitches
to go, Jenny.
on that one. I figure I was tempted to do some more of the alphabet, and then it's like, no, that's over one. That's going to take ages. I need quick stitching to get through, like, because I had to do so many prompts to get um
Threads.
enough threads so that I can stay in the group. So yes, so I decided that doing more over one will need to wait for another time. But yeah, I would like to at least try and get, maybe that side. Because even though I've done the letters, there's still I've only finished I A is the only one that's actually complete with its
Right.
little twiddly bits in between as well.
Mm.
So I've started the twiddly bits, but those twiddly bits, it's two shades of green and two shades of pink to do the twiddly bits, and then each letter has a little tiny green and pink in it as well. Anyway, I do love this
It's
one.
it's super cute though. It's really you've done a great job on it. So
And it is relatively easy. So this is kit fabric, but unlike some, it's not Aida, it's even weave, but it's 27 count. So it's pretty easy to stitch on.
well, that's good.
So that was that one. I've got them all in a bag. So
Good.
it was easy to, well, partly so that I could keep track of, okay, I've stitched on that one, put in the bag, it's done. But not have it all in just with my general whip collection so that I could keep track of, okay, then going through all my Taryn bags. Like some vinyl front, some not. Some I've made little scissor fob, not scissor fob, zipper pulls for. Um,
Yeah,
color coordinated because Taryn chose the turquoise zip, so I put some turquoise
very nice. Why
with
not?
with the key because Downton Abbey you need a big key to open the door. This one's also a Taryn one, but this is a fabric one, not a vinyl front. So this is come out. Hang on. Would help if I unzipped it all the way, wouldn't it? So this is Dimensions kit. Again, it's an old kit. It's probably as old as the castle, but I didn't start stitching on it when I started the castle. So I am doing that one at the moment. So this was the pattern name because this is Timeless Elegance. So I have now finished all of the bottom of that.
Oh, look at that.
So that is 4 different lots of stitching. I didn't do all of that 4 different lots of stitching this time, but there's very pale purpley blue in the middle. Then there's a medium one, and then there's half crosses and full crosses of that. And then there's the darkest purpley blue on the outside. So that was 240 stitches to get to that one. So slow going. The hardest thing is the half crosses and the full crosses in the same color
Yeah.
because I kind of, whereas I would normally do a whole row and then come back, for that color, I have to do whole crosses as I go so that I'm not trying to, so that I keep the half crosses as half crosses and do full crosses where I need to do full crosses to get the variation in it. Because if I just do a row, then it's like, well, hang on, I've got to make sure that I leave the blank. No. Yeah. lots of fun. Um, and then next was my tribal Eiffel Tower. So this was for travel for tower, and it wasn't a whole lot on this one, but still noticeably 97 stitches, and I worked this curly bit up the top. So I think I went from about here up the top. Or
You
maybe
must be getting close to finishing that.
no.
No. Oh, okay. I presumed you had all the bottom done. Silly me.
No. I started in the middle somewhere. Um,
Yeah, I see. Or you're nearly top. You're heading towards the top very
yeah, well,
close.
that's what I thought.
Hmm.
Because also the top is one page. So this
Yeah.
pattern is 4 pages, but one page is blank because of the shape of the tower. So, um, oh, random odd thread. I'll say it's random because it's green, pale green, and there is no pale green in it, so I don't know
No,
where that one come
definitely
from.
not.
Don't know where that one came from, but I do love the Karen water lilies that I'm using. That the color, the way that it's coming out, I love the variegation in it. So yeah, yeah,
Well, that's three. That's good progress on a few whiffs.
yeah.
Is there
But wait,
more?
there's more.
More? Okay.
I did 8 things of scattergrees, I think, or nine. No, 9 things of scattergrees. Okay. Next is cross stitch nation.
Oh
Oh,
no.
cross stitch nation, you've already seen that was in the last video.
Okay.
Because the last time we did a video was the very beginning of April. So I'd already done some stitching on that. Um,
While Jenny's having a look to work out what she's doing next, hopefully you can hear me better tonight, people. We did have feedback, and thank you to the people who let us know you couldn't hear me very well with the last time we used my iPad to film. So we're using the iPad again, but I have put an earbud in with a microphone. So hopefully that's making life better for us.
I'm just my needle minders just stuck themselves together. Okay, I did some more work on strawberry fields. So this was for the colors because yes, with T and O, this has tin bucket and old hickory and old brick. So I got 3. I didn't stitch in all those colors. What did I do on this? Oh, so I did the green bit across here, starting on the hill that the house is on. So yes, so I did that green bit. And I may have filled in a few more bricks. I don't remember.
I just love that gate in that one. It's the best gate I think I've seen on any piece.
Yeah. Yeah. And for a piece that's so teeny tiny, it's
Yeah,
actually taking it's quite detailed and there's a lot. It's not full coverage, but there's an awful lot in it.
there is. Well, you'll just keep plodding away at it and you'll get there one day.
Yeah. So that was another 180. So yes. Well, I mean I know what the dimensions are now because that's the total width and that's the total height. So I just need to do the vine down this side and then the border is done. I thought if I start on that hill, then I can start doing the house because that should be some easier stitching because it's a big chunk of all the same color.
It's definitely a big chunk of the same color, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, next we have, oops, I can't, I'm trying to do it in a hurry and I put my pin in wrong. Antique vines. So this is one of my smaller pieces. So this one I did 216 stitches. So this is my only Mirabilia and my second full coverage. one teeny tiny, and then the other one is a hay.
Humongous. Yep.
So I had another color finish on this one.
Ooh.
So I finished this sort of more purpley beigey color that is kind of the shadow. So I finished that. I did a little bit more of the black here, and I did a bit more of the pink down here. So, um, yeah, slowly making my way on that. And this one was for favorite things for tiara,
Oh,
because every
oh,
girl wants a tiara.
we all love tiaras. That's so true.
And although it doesn't, I mean, it's still quite a pretty tiara there, but when it's finished and all the beads get added in, hooly dooly. It's a tiara and a necklace and a half. I was kind of thinking, potentially I could get this one finished for the Easter show for next year. And then I went, oh no, beads, lots and lots of beads. Maybe not.
And on 20 count as well.
Well, yeah, but okay, so the 20 count, because it's Ada, is not so bad because it's got the holes in it. The difficulty is because I decided to do two strands, two over one. Yeah, so some of the stitches are a little bit tight to get that last one in. So I'll have to see. I do have two different, we've probably talked about this before. But I'm going to do it again. So I've got two options for the beads. I've got the regular ones, and then I've got the petite ones as well.
Yeah.
So I'll see
I
how
feel
I
like
go.
you're going to need the petite ones because the
Yeah.
difference between the 32/28 and the 20 in size.
Yes, because it's designed to be stitched on 32 count.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's a future Jenny problem.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And my Queen Anne house you've seen already as well, because that was also in the last video. Now, new start,
Ooh, new start.
which I think is oh, hang on. I can tell you what number I'm up to because I wrote the list in my book this time, didn't I? Because I thought that would be sensible.
Oh my gosh, Jenny, what have you done with Jenny?
Well, no, it was just instead of having to always go to the computer and have a look. This is start number 21. So I've still got a few spaces. So this is the All Roads Lead Home, which I'm doing for my brother and his wife. And I almost have an M.
Oh, very nice.
So this is on 40 count. It's a number 12 Stitch Co. I bought a small, like a multi-pack of small pieces from them at must have been the first Daisy chain.
Yeah, the original Daisy chain.
Yeah. And so I did a floss toss, and I also did it on a piece of Paddock Lane Designs, one of your again small piece pale green, because I thought that might look quite nice because this photo makes it look really, really dark.
Mm.
But I think that's just the photo. Anyway, I did a floss toss and it looked good on the green, but oh my God, the colors popped so much more on this.
Yeah. No, the grey, well, that's
Surprising
perfect.
when it's not like, I mean, I would say it's a grey brown. It's really nice. I don't know what its actual name is because it was just a packet of small bits. So it is a little bit slow going because it's on 40 count.
Even with your lasered eyes.
Yeah, but I am being sensible. I'm only doing one strand this time, and I'm also trying. I don't know if you can see. Oops, if you can see the little red end on my needle. Lisa gave me one of the pony needles to try, so I'm using my pony needle.
You're using your 28 pony petite.
Yes. And I'm subbing out some of the colors for the fluff on that one. Some of the Cottage Garden, the Joanna's, the bookshelf range. So instead of using plain black, I'm using the half. So you can, I don't know if you can see, but there is very, very faint variegation You probably can't see. I can just see it in really good
I
light.
could see it. I could see it.
Yeah. So I'm using, yeah, half instead of, oh, because the pattern calls for Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, and Country Classic Colorworks. I'm reading the initials and going CC, Country Cottage. No, no, the other. Yes, and they've got a DMC conversion, but I decided to do a bit of experimenting. So yes, so that one, I thought I would use the leather bound instead of that color because then again you get a bit more interest. Um, I'm using hot coffee instead of the brown. I'm using the called for baby spinach because I had it, so might as well use it. And so one interesting thing with this pattern, there's two different blues, one for the house and one for the bluebird and the flowers on this. The DMC conversion is the same color for both. And it's like, yeah, the problem is one's a Weeks and one's a Classic Colorworks. And so, so I thought I would use ink to give me some variegation. Probably might use that for one and then the solid color for the other. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I'm also toying with the idea of actually maybe making a few changes. Because if I'm doing this for my brother, he has never worked in a white church. All of his churches have been brick. So that color of DMC is kind of a bit sort of brick kind of colored. And then, but if I'm going to change the church, should I also change the house color? Because he's never lived in a navy blue house. I don't know. I don't know. I had this brilliant idea that I could do it for my brother and his wife for their 50th birthdays. Because I was suddenly thinking, oh, I did that cross stitch for Liz, and I managed to do that quite quickly. Yeah, that was on 18 count Ada, and it was
Yeah.
big blocks. This one's on even weave, and it's 40 count. And we're having birthday lunch for them Saturday week, so maybe not.
That'll be a no. Maybe for Christmas if you try really hard, Jenny.
Yep, yep. So that was 213 stitches on that for start. So that is all my whips.
Very good. Well,
and now my foot's gone to sleep.
do you want to give your stats for the end of the month before we go into my whips? Because I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I think I'm caught up with my whips up to when I was on the cruise.
Right.
So I've got my this week's mania stitching to talk about, and that's sort of a different category.
Okay. I haven't actually added them all up.
Well, while Jenny's adding up,
Okay.
doing her accounting mathematics, people, I would like to tell you that in the month of April, there was 5 weeks because it goes over, and I varied, but between about 2,000 and 5,000 stitches a week. So I was pretty pleased with that. And it gave me an overall total of 17,806 stitches for the month of April. And that I am pretty happy with. I'm trying to see if I've written it down in a calendar format that I can do an easy comparison. And my son's coming to talk to me right when I'm filming. So 17,806 puts it at my third highest for the year.
Wow, that's impressive. Mine is probably my highest for the year so far. Yeah, certainly both in number of days and number of stitches. So 1,834. So that's more than February and March put together.
Well, that's great, Jen. That's really good. So that then leads us to the question of May and mania. What are your mania plans?
I think I was thinking monogamania and do the one for my brother and his wife, but yeah, I'm not going to get it done in a week. Um, but maybe I should still do monogamania and work on the one for my nephew, which I really need to get moved along. My other Teresa Wentzler. I was going to do Teresa Wentzler. Oh, that's why I did the castle. Duh. For the for T for Teresa Wentzler for the
Ah, the
designer.
designer. Yep.
I was going to do the other one, and it's like, no, the castle one's easier. But I do need to do some more work on my Peaceable Kingdom. So I will yes, I think I'll do Monogamania.
Why
Well,
not?
no, actually I need to have a look and see if I can make it fit into um categories prompts.
That's true. Yeah, or
Yeah.
maybe you can do some of the scavenger hunt. Have you started any of the Whip Warrior scavenger hunt?
I keep thinking about it, but not oh, yeah, I need to go through and sort that.
It might be an easier one for you to do, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because I couldn't do Beat the Modmin or Focus this month because it was the first weekend in May, and the first weekend in May is Scout Hike. It's
Yeah.
a scout camp in the forest. We actually we didn't have rain this year.
Oh my gosh.
It was gloriously sunny days. Rather chilly overnight, like 3 or 4 degrees overnight, but
Yep.
gloriously sunny days. So that was a really nice change. But that was Friday night to Sunday afternoon. So that kind of, yeah, didn't get anything remotely stitching related done that weekend. So I do need to have a look at what other events that I can join in because now that I've caught up
You
with
need to stay caught up.
yes, yes,
All right. Well, let's move on to my mania stitching.
yes.
And I would like to show you where I'm up to.
Oh, 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 you've done lots since I've
I have.
last.
I have done 3.5 squares
You
since you
have.
guys last saw it. So I've sort of been doctoring my mania. So this is Shabby Autumn Calendar by Cure Ibatacure. And my goal is basically to get it finished in May, which is a long way to go
Yeah,
because I only had two done, had those
yes.
two.
You had 13 and
This is not
14.
the Gret's filming position for trying to hold things, but yeah. Um, anyway,
I have to
um,
say that the scissor fob kind of looks like a tea bag tag.
it really does look like a tea bag today, but it is a scissor fog on the scissors.
Yeah.
And I'm working on the apple basket. I should have finished that yesterday, but I didn't. So I'm trying to do sort of two, if I can get sort of every second day
Mm.
at the moment, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Um, and you'll notice just while I've got it, this is part of my haul. This is my new frame that I gave myself on the cruise. It's the small version. See,
Ah,
it's like a it's a bit like probably an 11 by 11 in size.
for
And
the top half.
yeah, and it just really fits on my lap really well. So, and I've got it held in place with some really funky
Ah, yes.
clips because I'm working with Alex on a design for this frame for grime guards, but we've just got to add some press studs
Ah,
um, because the grime guard goes over the top, right? But
yeah.
here it sort of doesn't really hold on. But if
No.
you can get a press stud to clip it round, where am I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on,
On
clip
each
it
corner.
round there, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's going to work. So that's a work afoot. But these frames, if they're not up on my website, will be soon. Yeah. So they're really funky. Like they look really cumbersome, but they're not. They're actually really light and easy to hold. So yeah, them as well as the Nurges. I've got more Nurges coming, and super excited. Let's jump into the middle of out of order shop news. I've got the rest of the pony order arrived. So the black ponies now, the nickel-free ones for the people who tarnish, they are now in stock and on the website. So I've got the black ones and the black ones with the white eye.
Oh.
Plus
Oh,
size
yes,
10
because I
beading
imagine
needles.
that trying to thread a black eye would be a bit tricky. So having
Yeah,
a
so I've
white
got
eye
both
makes it,
types. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So now we've got the full range. So the Australian supplier is well stocked.
Unless, of course, you've got one of those little beetle light up
And with the light,
needle
yes.
threaders.
Okay, so that then brings us to any stash acquisition. Oh, she does. Look at that face.
Well, you see, I finally, finally caught up with Liz, not somewhere else, so was able to take custody of my, talking of Alex, of my Alex project bag that Liz bought for
Oh,
me at the
nice.
Stitching on the Border.
Yes, the
So,
elbow retreat.
because, so what happened was I was at Lisa's for the shindig and I saw her project bag and I saw particularly the back of it. And I was like, oh my God, I love that fabric. And then I looked online and Alex had another one with that fabric. Not only that, this is a Christmas project bag. You kind of look at it and go, what? But if you're going really close, oops, hang on, I've got to get the light right. Oh, no, I can't see. This one has little outlines of Christmas puddings. And
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
and so does this one down here. It's like same
Oh,
color,
I can see
or
it better
same,
down there.
yeah,
Yep,
same
yep,
pattern, different color. So yeah, little outlines of Christmas puddings, and I think this one kind of looks a little bit Christmassy as well.
yep,
I mean, it's pears, but still. But yes, so I quite like that. Oh, and then holly leaves. Yeah,
yep.
it's too pale, you can't see. But yeah,
Very subtle. The Tilda's fabric's beautiful.
yes, yes. And so also seeing that, so slight deviation. I think I've spoken about being kind of uh strong-armed into joining the quilt group at my brother's, what was my brother's church when my sister-in-law
Yes,
left. And so I've been doing some of the machine quilting because I have mum's old sewing machine, which is a quilting one. And so far I've just tried the one where you do the crisscross through the middle of the, but seeing this the quilting on this where it's just in from the edge, it's like,
yep.
ooh, I like the look of that. I'm going to try that on the next one.
There you go. Something that's crossing your hobbies together.
Yes. So mm, I put it all in together because then it was, contained. So the project bag also came with some more of her floss cards, so that's good. And even though I didn't go, Liz still made me one of her oops. Yeah, get it around the right. Yeah. No, my name's upside down. One of her beaded Frogger, not Frogger,
Counting pin things. Yep.
yeah. Um, and oops, and a little tiny blue needle minder. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
she's slowly she's branded herself and is slowly sort of
Yes.
sharing things. So Liz and Cats creates. I don't think
Lovely.
there's anything much on, like she hasn't got a website or anything yet, um, but yes. So working on that. And then at the last Daisy Chain retreat, in the raffle, I chose the Stitches Merchant gift card. And I figured I really should get around to spending that. So I did. Plus a little bit more because, but just her packaging. So it comes in this beautiful tissue paper. So I purposely opened it carefully, and then it kind of looks like a wax seal.
Lovely.
So I wanted to try some of the French laundry fabric. So I got 36 count. Now you can't tell because it's pale. This is very, very pale greeny gray. Um, it's called Pioneer Spirit, and the inspiration is from the Frederick McCubbin, the triptych of the Pioneer
Yep.
family. So yeah, so the woman is on the card. So yes, so some of that.
Lovely.
Now I was really excited when I saw this. So we know Nat's done Newcastle bouquet. Did you know that there's a biscornu for it?
Oh, wow. That's cute.
I saw that and I went, oh. She's got another one as well. I can't remember what the other one is, but I might have to get another Teresa Kogut,
Yeah.
like one of her bigger pieces that she's also done a Biscornu version. But yes, I was very excited when I saw that. I mean, look how cool the moth looks going over the
Mm,
corner of this corner.
really does.
Yep. So very excited about that one. Um, Blue Flower, Gather with Joy. That's another house because, me and Lisa in houses and
Yep,
me in
that's nice.
gardens.
Yep, beautiful.
And then I keep looking at the Hello from Liz Matthews. Like, I love the idea of her, how she's got the patterns for the 12 Days of Christmas and each one is a tree. But I thought this one is the fifth day of Christmas, so it's 5 gold rings, but it doesn't actually say that anywhere. But
No.
peace, the word peace is in the 5 gold rings.
Oh, yeah, so it is.
But I just loved that as a Christmas piece, and I figure I I don't know if I would ever get round to buying them all and doing them all, but this one kind of stands by itself.
Mm.
It's not obviously 12 Days of Christmas.
And peace is what we all want at the moment.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so I really love that. And I love the border at the bottom, the little deer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Cute.
little reminiscent of
Mm-hmm.
Project Bag. So yes. So that was my Stitches merchant purchases.
Cool. Any
That's all.
others? That's
No,
all? Okay.
come on, isn't that enough?
Well, it is, but I just didn't know. Jenny and I haven't caught up much because I've been busy. So I got my two of my three, oh, actually, probably got three. Oh, I did get three. Bad Lisa. Bad Lisa. Anyway, my Fox and Rabbit fabric of the
Oh,
month, I switched to a 32 count because I'm getting a lot of 36, and this is called Barely There. And it's exactly
oh,
what it looks like, just a very subtle sort of pinky brown,
yeah.
barely there.
Hmm.
And then, but I showed you that first because then I've got my Silks for You Silk of the Month.
Oh,
I know,
wow.
isn't
That
that a
looks so
perfect
good.
match? Yeah. So, and it's a really good backing to show you the silks on. So it's actually though the last Silk of the Month pack I'm going to be getting to show you because they have just launched a new Hank of the Month pack.
I saw
And
that.
I'm jumping onto the Hank because then I can use that to continue designing my monochromatics, and I can then use the Hank to kit up kits for people at
I
retreats and
thought you
things.
might be jumping on that one. So I think it's
Yes,
it's a it's a you pick a Hank from their range every
every
second
second
month,
month. Yeah, and every
and
second month is an unknown surprise.
yes, is a
So
is
at
a
least for the
special
months
one.
that I can pick a Hank, I can actually design with them.
Yes.
And the surprise ones, it will depend on whether the surprise is going to be redone or not.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I don't mind collecting silks. I have been doing it for a while. And how nice to have a nice collection of browns.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did also get my week's dye works from Stitching Time, the threads of the month, but
Mhm.
I've got to find where I put them. But they were a special one. They were actually the new colors that were released at
Oh,
market. So that was lovely
oh.
because I was thinking I'm really near the end. They must be nearly finished.
Mhm.
And then I got these and went, oh, they're bonus ones. So that's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, when you find them, when you show them on video, because sometimes you just show the pack as it is. For that one,
Yep.
I think you need to pull them out and
Okay.
tell us what all the colors are
I
because
can
they're
do that.
brand new colors.
They are, no one's
We
seen them
need to
yet.
know.
Okay, I can do that, Jenny, certainly. So that is my, that my frame and stuff. And yeah, the arrival of the pony needles is all my haul, all my stash acquisition. Okay, that then brings us to plans. If there's anything other than Mania, there may not be for
No,
you.
not really.
Only to say I have had very good feedback from my fabric of the month this month, which is my piece that's in preparation for my birthday sale, which is Sunflower Farm by Cuore Batikore. Anyway, so check out the next Paddock Lane Designs Flosstube to see what the fabric of the month looks like for that. And as always, they're available exclusively to my Patreon members for 6 months after release. And they may or may not be released to the general public, depending on what I feel like, pretty much. I've also been having some great responses to my featured fabric and design of the month.
Yep.
So they're due to be released in a couple of days because I always have them open for the last half of the month. And I will give you an advance notice that the fabric I've decided on is my good old old favourite autumn leaves. Since it's in autumn here in Australia, I
Yep,
thought that was
yep,
a
yep.
good one to pick. And I've just got to look around and pick the pattern. But that one, because it's the one that's not part of the series, it's the one that slots in the middle.
Mhm.
So I've got to actually have a look and see what it's going to be. I haven't decided that yet. So you'll just have to wait and see. Um, do we have an Aussie word of
Not exactly, but so last year in our April wrap up, we talked about Anzac Day. So this time I thought maybe we could talk a bit about Easter, just because I would be interested to know if what happens in Australia happens in other parts of the world as well. Mainly to do to do with Easter traditions. So hot cross buns. Hot cross buns come out in the supermarkets in Australia Boxing Day, maybe the
yeah,
27th of December.
Boxing Day? Boxing
It's
Day this year.
ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It doesn't matter when Easter is. And this year, Easter was late because it was mid-April, which I think is about as late as it gets. Um, and yeah, we have yeah, we have hot cross buns available for all of January and February and March and up until Easter. From Christmas, as soon as Christmas is done, they bring out the hot cross buns. It's weird. And the other thing that is weird is they keep coming up with new flavors. It's like, what's wrong with the old traditional ones? There was one year that I was served, it was at a work morning tea thing, and there was hot cross buns, and I went, oh, yum. And I bit into it and went, this doesn't taste right. It was a chocolate chip one, not a traditional one, and the chocolate chips looked like the sultanas. I can understand the fruitless ones. One of my brothers, he likes sultanas, he just doesn't like sultanas in anything. So he doesn't do fruit cake or Christmas pudding or hot cross buns, so the fruitless ones. But then there was like Vegemite ones, and I think I saw like a barbecue or yeah, I know they came out with some weird flavors.
I this year, because I have to get the gluten-free ones, and I actually found between the shops, like I'm just talking Coles and Woolies here, not
Yes,
not
yes.
specialty. So
No.
you got your
Coles and
normal fruit
Woolies are
hot,
our two main
yeah.
supermarkets.
So you got your normal regular fruit hot cross buns.
Yep.
You've got the ones with chopped chips in them.
Yes.
You've got ones that are actually chocolate, like it was all dark brown.
Oh,
And then
there's
and then I
locker
had
ones.
and
Yeah.
then I had apple cinnamon.
Okay.
So there you are. They were the four flavors I had. I'm not a huge chocolate fan, so I didn't really. I was disappointed when I actually got to Easter Sunday, and the only ones left in my freezer were the chocolate ones.
Mm,
So I had to have a chocolate Easter. So traditionally, we eat them on Easter Sunday, obviously to celebrate the rebirth of
good.
Christ after
Yeah.
him dying on the cross.
Yeah. Or Good Friday because they've got the cross on them.
Well, I do them.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. I don't know.
I'm just
Anyway, they're an Easter
scrolling back
thing.
because
That's
I'm
true.
pretty sure I took a photo of the weird flavors last year. I'm just scrolling quickly
And
to
along with that, we do
see.
have the multitudes of Easter eggs, and they come out months before as well, but not quite as insanely early as the hot cross buns did. So
No.
please give us a comment below of what is the Easter traditions in your part of the world, or if your family do something that's particularly weird um, in relation to chocolate cross buns. We have, obviously we know all about the general, Easter egg hunts and that sort of thing, and going to church and blah blah blah. So just if there's anything else that's unusual, that would be really, really interesting to find out about. Jenny's
I
trying to
think
look,
I
but she
must have
can't find it.
I
All
think I
right.
must have deleted them. Yeah, it was yeah, that they keep bringing out new weird flavors. I can kind of understand there was a caramel one, which I can kind of understand, but yeah, the savory flavored ones just sounds wrong.
Sounds bizarre. All right. Well, we're digressing about hot cross buns instead of stitching. So we're going
But
to leave it.
we would as well as Aussie words, we can talk about
Yeah,
Aussie
Aussie
traditions.
cultures. We can.
Yes, yes,
And being such a multicultural, vast nation, there's lots to talk about.
yes.
All
Oh,
right.
so the other thing is we also have Easter bilbies as well as
Yes.
Easter because we rabbits are a pest in Australia for the most part. So yes, Easter bilby, which and then I think all proceeds or some of the proceeds from buying Easter bilbies goes to help with bilby conservation. So
And a
there are,
bilby is a native Australian type of mammal that is somewhat vaguely related to a rabbit,
it's
but
got
not
big
really.
ears.
It's
It's
got big
got
ears,
big
basically.
sort of rabbit-shaped ears, but it's got a long pointy nose and yeah,
Yeah.
but they're cute.
Anyway, so there you go. All right, friends. Well, that's it from us. We need to get out of here and let other people in the room. And until I will be back next week with a mania update. Maybe if Jenny's done some stitching or by then on her monogamania, she could join me for a bit of the mania update, even if it's just a photo to show
Mhm.
the progress would be really cool.
Okay.
And I'll look forward to catching you guys then. Happy stitching, everyone.
Bye.